Welcome everyone, it's December 2016, Dadhichi here again. If you're new to the segment, welcome. Great to have your company here. And today, just to open up the monthly readings, as usual I have a bit of an introduction and like to talk about a specific topic that may be of use to you in guiding you along your path. I was thinking the other day about forks. No, not the forks you eat with. Forks in the road of life. Those huge moments on your journey where you have a decision to make and you just can't seem to do it. And it's interesting, as an astrologer, people usually come to me, as people do when they go to doctors, when everything's going fine. They don't particularly need to consult. It's only when there's a really big problem, relationship problem, financial problem, health problem, they come to the astrologer. Also making a decision, as I said, between this and that. Yes or no. Will I marry him? Won't I? Will I take this job or not? So there are these forks in the road of life that occur. And to make a decision in those areas is often quite perplexing. I usually say that to become great at something, such as making a decision, it's imperative that we practice. And so, actually, when you think about it, you have an opportunity every moment to make choices. I'll give you an example. Recently, a very dear friend of mine called me. He had some pretty upsetting news. He's been told that he has terminal cancer. So, what do you say to someone when they say, hey, I'm going to die? Especially if they're an old friend. Yeah, he was quick to slice my silence in two by sort of laughing at it, really. And I said, what's the deal? He said, well, the doctor's given me between 1 and 5 years to live. And I said, what? And he sort of giggled. But I've chosen to take the 5-year option. So you're probably wondering, how does this relate to forks in the road of life? And in particular, those forks. Well, we do have a fork here in that very instant of being given some terrible news. The fork is a choice between how I perceive a particular event in any given moment. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, we know dying is not a good thing, but the inevitability of it is such that sometimes we don't have a choice, as my friend doesn't, but in a sense he did. He has opted for the old adage of the cup being half full rather than half empty. He could have taken it as, oh, well, I've only got a year left. Instead, he's being positive about that and saying to himself, well, look, I'll take the 5-year option and push my luck a little bit. And so that is what I'm talking about. There is a case in point where in the instant, in that moment, in every moment actually, you have an option there to choose the best or to look at the worst. What's the best case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? And that's the sort of practice that I'm talking about. That's a choice in which really he doesn't have much choice. The only choice that he has, as we often do in most circumstances, especially if we've made our bed and we have to sleep in it, we've made a choice and it's too late to turn back the clock, then we have to either accept that choice and the consequences of the choices we make, or we bemoan it and complain about it. We all do it at times, but really the trick here in the discipline, or as the yogis call it, the sadhana, is to effectively commit to choosing the better of the two choices. Now, by practicing that over and over, moment by moment, day by day, you get into that habit of developing that intuitive part of your nature where you're able to make better choices. Even if you don't have all the information you need, there's that sort of gut feeling that you have. So coupled with that positive attitude, along with that sharpening of the intuitive faculties within yourself, you will come to a point where you're better equipped to make those choices and to make the right ones. So that is my piece for today, forks in the road of your life. And now we'll get on to the 12 signs of the zodiac and take a look at what's happening to you and see. I'm going to try to interweave these concepts such as forks in the road of life in terms of the choices that you have for these readings for the last month of the year rather, for 2016, starting at Aries as usual, all the way through till Pisces. And I guess because it's the end of the year, I think it's timely for me to thank all of you who've hung in there and visited the site. More importantly, to those of you who've been trusting enough to take the advice and to act upon it. Naturally, the 12 sun signs are just that. They are simply snapshots of what can and may happen. There are other planets that we should look at. But for those of you that have at least taken what I've said and tried to implement that, at least in a general way, into your activities, I'm pleased to hear that. Naturally, there are other more detailed readings we can do for you if you're interested in that, especially coming up to the new year to see what's going to happen for 2017. Usually we have an onslaught of visitors and interested people wanting to know. No doubt you're interested, and if that's the case, you know exactly where to find me. You can click on the subscribe button or the information below to join us at our website, and you can always contact me at my email to get a little bit more information on what's involved in a personal reading. So once again, I hope 2016's been a good one for you, but 2017 will be even better. Take care. Merry Christmas. Look forward to seeing you in the new year. Bye-bye.